Uganda finished 13th at the under 19 at the 2022 under 19 World Cup in the West Indies, the best ever finish for Uganda at the Junior Championship. Uganda had previously been at the 2004 and 2006 under 19 World Cups, and in those tournaments, Uganda finished 15th at both events. But this time, they were able, the baby cricket cranes were able to finish 13th out of 16 nations, the best ever placement by a Ugandan team. Very big achievement for the side, and one that will remain with the boys forever as they start their cricketing careers. And today we have the pleasure of speaking to one of the boys who was part of that team, a top order batter for the side. He couldn't play on for the rest of the full tournament because of an injury he got in the game against India. But I'm sure he has very good memories of the World Cup, and he's going to be sharing that today. Welcome, Isaac Ategeka. I know I've been at the World Cup before, but now we want to see it through your eyes and your experience. Before we even talk about the cricket, talk to us about the preparation and the journey to the West Indies.
It's an honor being here, first of all, for the interview, to share the different experiences. First, I used to hear about your experience as a World Cup player. It was really an inspiration hearing those stories. We always wished that we could also play at that level, and thankful we made it. Our journey to the World Cup started last year in September when we went to Rwanda and qualified. We played against 4 teams in Rwanda. We managed to come back here as the first. It was really a good moment for us. Qualifying for a World Cup. It's not something that happens every day. It happens once in a lifetime, and especially at the start of our careers, it was really good. So we had preparations for the rest of the time to the World Cup. Our coaches took us through lots of all situations that we thought we would face in the World Cup. Time came, we traveled to Jamaica, though before traveling there was a lot of pressure about COVID. We were all not sure if we could make it. And then another funny moment was when we had reached the airport, Entebbe. We had to wait for like 2 hours waiting for our results to come. And for those 2 hours, everyone was silent, not knowing what would happen. But later, when our team manager came and told us that everyone is negative, it was really nice, and we had to go.
Okay, that's I know. Now things have a bit changed with COVID, where players have to worry about whether they've made the team or not. Talk to us. You guys left Entebbe on board KLM, so you went through Amsterdam and then to Trinidad, right? First Trinidad and then Guyana. That whole journey, boarding Emirates and all that. I want that kind of feeling before we actually start talking about the cricket.
On leaving, like first of all, personally, I like flying. And when I just started playing cricket, when we would be at our training grounds, and you see a plane flying over you, coach would always show you the bat and the ball and tell you that one day you'll be in that thing because of cricket. At that time, it was very hard to believe because you're young, you don't know what could happen, you don't have any experience about what cricket can do. But when we boarded KLM, it was my first time in a big plane. Because I'd only been in a plane going to Rwanda, but the Rwanda plane is very small. So I really wanted to experience that feeling in that big KLM plane. It was good. The services there, it's a long flight. You sleep, you get up, and then more so it was a new year. A new year found us flying. It was really interesting. Then we reached Amsterdam after 8 hours from Uganda. We were at Amsterdam for 6 hours, moving around the buildings of the airport. It was also good being around that airport. I think it's the biggest in Europe. I even had to download something about it, read some stuff about it. It's really big, it's interesting. Then later we had 9 hours from Amsterdam to Barbados. But that journey was seriously tiresome because after 8 hours then more 6 hours at Amsterdam. You're not yet home. You still have more 9 hours of moving. Yeah, we reached Barbados when it was evening there. Then they told us that we are going to Trinidad, I think. Yeah, we went to Trinidad. We thought that our flight to Trinidad was the last, so we were happy and excited. Then it was just 1 hour, so you've moved for over 25 hours and you just have 1 hour. It's not much. But when we reached Trinidad, they told us that you guys are supposed to be in Guyana. So we never wanted to be in that thing anymore. We were all tired. Some guys were like, if we could stay here for a night and you take us tomorrow. Those guys were like, no. But it was really interesting from that time when you really want to be flying and then to a time where you don't want to fly. Yeah, it was really a good experience. But of course, we had to take the flight to Guyana. We reached at around midnight in Guyana. We had to take a rest.
I can imagine. I mean, guys who are initially not interested in flying, and then you reach a point where you're tired of everything. But when you get to Guyana and West Indies proper, it's now quarantine, 5 days of quarantine. How was that for you guys as a group, and how do you stay, switched on, getting ready for the tournament?
For me, first of all, I had a good feeling about Guyana. Like, I don't know, Guyana is not like that fancy place you'd like to be in, but I always dreamt of going to Guyana just because Shivnari Chandapo being my role model. I just wanted to be where he was born and to see what he went through, how he grew up, and read more about his cricket, especially from that place, and also get to know more about cricket in that place. So the 5 days of quarantine weren't that easy, because you are in your room, you're not allowed to get out. They bring food for you there, everything you want there. But as a human being, you've grown up moving. You're not used to being inside like for more than 5 hours. You really want to get out and move. And more so, it's a new place. Yeah, you want to see what's outside. You want to see what's taking place here and there. There's a swimming pool just beside you there. Other people who are not in quarantine are swimming, but you're just watching them for a whole week. It was hard and challenging. But then, coach had told us that the tournament is going to be for people who are mentally strong. So we had to take on the challenge and be okay with it. We had in some few days and our quarantine was done.
I know, like you've mentioned, you already prepared mentally. You knew what was coming at you. So definitely, maybe it was a bit challenging, but anyway, you had to go through it either way. Out of quarantine, we get to the warm-up games. Of course, we lose to Sri Lanka and Scotland. But of course, the Sri Lankan game seemed, showed there is a big difference in class between us and them. Sri Lanka, we came out there fighting, but we just weren't able to get over the line eventually. What were the warm-up games like for you guys as a group before you started the proper? Did they give you that feeling of like, you know what, this is going to be very, very tough for us? Is that the kind of feeling that you got?
First of all, for the warm-up games, we played against Sri Lanka first. Not Sri Lanka, Scotland first. The game of Scotland, there wasn't something big that it was a huge challenge for us. I think we were not good on a day, because we didn't execute well. Even their score wasn't that much big, and their bowlers didn't do something challenging, something extraordinary that they had to beat us hands down. But when you go more into that game, we just have it to blame on ourselves. Surely we didn't execute well. Maybe because of guys were just out of quarantine, it's a new place. For those games, for the warm-up games, I think we had to do a lot of adjustments. Because Guyana is really different from other islands. Especially when it comes to their wickets. You realize that Guyana is some degrees below sea level. So there is always water on the ground, and we are used to dry wickets here. So there were really a lot of challenges, and a lot of adjustments to make there and then to see that we can play well. Against Sri Lanka, I can say maybe Sri Lanka was some level ahead of us. Yeah, we can't really blame ourselves on it, but we tried, though it was really a huge beating, and maybe they woke us up and we are like, yeah, this is going to be hard for us. If all games are going to be like this, we have to really give it a big fight.
Okay, there was something that Sri Lanka did for you guys after the game. They chose to, give you some more experience. Other people took it as, thinking, maybe you're too weak, and then the other guys are like, let's give you some more to help you. Was that the kind of gesture? But where did it come from for them to think, you know what, maybe let's play some more cricket with these guys?
Yeah. But even when you're weak, leave those things of you're weak, you're too weak, and someone is helping you. But the World Cup was also a learning moment for us. Like, even the big guys in this game are still learning up to today. So after those guys beating us, they say that we can play another game. Yeah, and we see maybe in the game we are scared of making mistakes. Yeah, maybe in this other game, yeah, you can try and be free and you execute well. And we also get something to take away with us in our minds, knowing that in the game we didn't play well. Maybe now we have played well, we can assess and see. But it was surely like that, because in the game when we are playing, our application and execution was very low, because you could see, like, after in that other game, people were playing their shots, doing well. Yeah, we really appreciated it. It was really nice from those guys. After all, they are a test playing nation, so we also had to use the chance and learn as more as we could from them.
Clearly there was nothing to lose for you guys. Yeah. Then, of course, after the warm-up games, Ireland was up first. Ireland seemed to be amongst South Africa and India. Between India and South Africa, you'd think Ireland was a team where we could be able to compete. What was the mindset going into that game?
The mindset was good. Yeah, the boys were charged, especially after having a tough opponent, which was Sri Lanka. Yeah, but for me personally, I was having a lot of pressure, because against Scotland, which was the first warm-up, I had scored a 0. Then Sri Lanka, I also scored a 0. So in my mind, something was in, like, you're in for a bad tournament. Just be ready for this. And another thing was, like, you know how our game is. You count 3 zeros, you're no longer on the playing 11. Yeah, but the boys were charged. Yeah, and Pasco is really a good captain. Before the game, he calls all the players one by one and tells you, we need to do this, what's your plan, how are you going to approach the game. If you're a bit low, you get inspired. Yeah, like, we all got pumped up. The coaches were behind us, and all the management. So we really had a good start, and I can say that was our game to win. Yeah, and I really feel that maybe we lost that game between me and Pasco, whereby we had a really good partnership, and it was paying off. Yeah, it was a run out, it was careless, and up to today I still think that I would have done better on that ball. But we all played well, the boys really bowled well. We also batted well. It's only that we lacked somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, I feel you. The run-up between you and Pasco probably changed the game in their favor. And when Miyagi came on later, he tried to take charge, but you'd feel that we had lost a lot of wickets and there wasn't enough backup to help him do that. Of course, from Guyana, team changes come from Guyana to Trinidad and Tobago to take on South Africa and India, and of course for the rest of the tournament, which was a plate event. How did it feel? You've told us the difference between Guyana and Trinidad. What were the key things that were different in Guyana and you didn't find in Trinidad? Was it the hotel, the food? What exactly could have been different?
For Trinidad seems to be a more wealthier country than Guyana. Like, I am not saying that the facilities in Guyana were not good. The facilities in Guyana were really good as well. But when you compare the two, Trinidad has better facilities, more grounds, Yeah, and they were also pretty nice. Then, cricket-wise, the grounds in Guyana, because of high water retention, they are really slow and they tend to hold the water for some long time. They don't get dry very easily, because for Trinidad the ball gets off, and that's the same challenge we had in Guyana. Yeah, we thought that we would really use Miyagi speed our advantage, but in Guyana the ball was not getting off. Yeah, he would go if he pitched it short, they would easily play it. So we didn't really get an advantage on his speed in Guyana. But when we went to Trinidad, yeah, right from the first ball, you are seeing how the ball was getting off and how it was really hard for those South Africans to play. Even Pasco was really bowling well. The ball was quick, and we managed to get some few chances and few wickets in there. Yeah.
South Africa, South Africa was not so bad. I think we would put up a decent show, apart from Bayliss, who was exceptional and took the game away from us. But I think the key game was India in those group stages. There was a big gulf in class between us and them. 405, and then we scored 79. On the overall, in putting that game in context, what did it feel for you guys?
Before India, South Africa also wasn't that big team. Yeah, like for sure. That yeah, with due respect to Dewald Brevis, being the best player of the tournament, we gave him three chances that would have taken easily and had the game on our side. We dropped him thrice before the 20 before him reaching 20 runs, and then we also gave him we gave away stamping when he was at 63. So I think we would have gotten South Africa out for like 140, which would have been an easy score for us to chase. Yeah. Then leaving South Africa, India. India was really a good team right away from the start. It was winning teams by a good margin. So we didn't really blame ourselves on that game, because personally I was feeling good about playing India. Unfortunately, I got an injury in the first game, but it was a learning moment to us. You know, you can be here, you go to Rwanda, you kind teams, yeah, you've kind all those teams there, and then you think you're the best. But when you get there, you get someone who kinds you 400, and you only manage to chase 70. There is a lot to learn. We really learned a lot from that game, with the way they bat, the way they approach their innings. It was really a learning moment. Coaches at times here tell us things, but because you haven't seen someone doing it, maybe you haven't been in that experience, you can't believe what the coach is saying. There was a lot about their technique, there was a lot about their fielding. Like, it was really a learning moment for us. It's good to learn when you're playing, yeah, rather than winning all the time and you think that you're the best. And I'm sure we will have those lessons for our lifetime. And just because of that game, yeah, the cricket in Uganda is going to change. Yeah, we are really going to play good cricket, because we've seen what's on the other level, on that big level, and we are going to work. Of course, in this game, you also want to be the best. Yeah, you also want to play the way the best person is playing. So we are really going to work towards that.
Okay, what are some of the things that you saw different in their batting, in their fielding, that you feel like you could you could add to your game, but also share with if you go back to Nyakasura and you're coaching the guys, and you tell them, what, we saw this in the World Cup. I remember one of the things we saw in our World Cup was always the way people would field, the way they would retrieve the ball, so they are in pairs and all things like that. When we came back here, and how to actually the biggest lesson for us was actually how to play spin. Those days we used to fear playing spin, but we saw how people played spin and we learned from there and we became different. What are some of those tangible things that you picked up from their batters, from their bowlers, that you guys will be able to apply here?
From the batting perspective, yeah, I would give an example of how those guys approached Miyagi. Miyagi being that quick, yeah, he's feared here in Uganda. I remember even the game we played before going against our national team. our big men's team. Yeah, even those guys were a little bit timid about him. Of course, with due respect. It's not that I'm putting those guys level to the under 19 level, but you are seeing here, like when those guys, even when our old guys were playing Miyagi, the execution was there. They were executing well, but there was also that lacking element. But when we are playing against India, the opening batsman, the right-handed batsman, that guy tended to really attack Miyagi regardless of his speed, and not attacking in this way of swinging his body away, swinging towards the ball. He would really get into the position of the ball. If the ball is outside off stump, he would be there. He's not running away from the ball, regardless of Miyagi's speed. And his technique was really good. Even when he was hitting him for boundaries, he would just get his body positions were really good. Something to learn. His head is there, his hands are there, regardless of the speed. And he wasn't swinging away from his body. He would let that ball come to him. Already the ball has space. And then he would play here. If it's here, he would play it here. But those guys really look to be in control of what they are doing. Yeah, most of the shots they played in the power play were within their body. They weren't swinging away, but just here. And the balls were going far. So I think it's not about how hard you can swing towards the ball. It's about working at that technique, having that good technique, because if we don't improve on our techniques, we won't really go far, because the higher the stage, the more the demands. Then another thing about the bowling, yeah, like those guys give in 70%, like they give in 100%. Yeah, even if the guy is bowling at a low speed, but there is that zeal of giving in 100%. Like, I give you an example of that guy who hit me. Yeah, that guy, he looked lazy. His run-up is lazy. Yeah, like his walking is kind of sluggish, but when you give him the ball, that's when you know this guy is in charge. They tell our guys, yeah, hit the deck, but the guy, some people just come, you put the ball there. But the guy was coming and hitting the deck, really hitting the deck, not just putting the ball there, but hitting the deck. And the ball was really getting up, and the results we are seeing, broken arm, wickets, what, but they really give in their 100%. Then another thing, they are fit. Yeah, they gym, they have strong bodies, they have strong legs. Yeah, so the work they've put in really reflects.
After South Africa, our former coach, Conrad Shukri, came to speak to you guys. What kind of advice did you pick up from those guys, and what were they telling you that could help you guys, pick up some lessons and help you in future?
The South African coaches, the South African coaches talked to us, and it was really good, to hear from their side. One thing they started with is that we made their bowlers look like heroes, and yet there isn't something extraordinary about them. We didn't execute well. Again, we didn't sweep. No one tried sweeping them, and no one really tried doing something extraordinary that would also get the game to our side. They only used one spinner, and Ugandans are always good at playing pace. Yeah, and their pace wasn't that express. It was this normal usual pace that comes at you, and you have all the time to play it. And when it came to their playing spin, we didn't execute well. No one swept, and that bowler ended up bowling 10 overs for around 16 or 17 runs, and maybe we lost the game in those overs. If we had executed well and gotten him off the plan, we would have done better. And then their coaches also told us that we are really a good team. Yes, right away from our fielding. Yeah, when we are fielding, the coach said that when we are fielding, he thought that the game was done, because the energy was there, and we are really, and the hunger to get those wickets was also there. We did well in our fielding, but we didn't back we didn't back up our good bowling. And then Laxman, the Indian coach, I wasn't there. I was in the hospital. Yeah,
Okay, you missed that moment.
from the videos,
Yeah.
he was also giving good remarks about us. He told us that we are really a good bowling team. We have the energy. We are young. We look good on the field. We had some good catch from Baguma in that game. Yeah, he really appreciated the way we are playing. Yeah, and he said that we are not that far away from them. It's only that we are going to work on little things, and we get to that level.
Okay, and into the plate, you guys became so much better as a side. You competed better. We played 3 games in the plate. 3, right? 3, and we won 2 of those. Did you guys feel when you dropped down to the plate, did you feel like maybe this is where now let's switch on? Eh? It's game time for us. Everyone else who's down here, we can compete with them. And of course, there was that opportunity to go to the World Cup again directly. What was the feeling for you as a group?
I think as a group, yeah, that's what right away from the start, I think there was some switch that we really forgot to put on at the start of the game. Yeah, maybe because of the stage fright and being on that new level. Because right away from Miyaji being our top bowler, Miyaji got the whole team to his command, just by the way he was bowling in his first overs. Yeah, to an extent of putting all the fielders behind. But he couldn't, if he had to do that on the South African game and on the Ireland game. But that's what made us get those 2 wins and be close to a 3rd win even in the Plate League. Yeah, the Plate League wasn't that challenging, and it wasn't also that different from the group games. Yeah, it was just a switch that the guys had to put on, which we regret that we should have put on a little bit earlier in the tournament. Yeah, the Plate League was interesting. Yeah, we ended our tournament well, but we still feel that we would have played the group games like the way we play the Plate League. Yeah.
2 more games in the plate, we could have easily had us in the under-19 World Cup final.
Yeah,
But talking about, I know you missed most of the play because you're already injured and you're out of the tournament. But talking about now the tournament proper, what are some of the things that you guys took away from some of the memories that will stay with you forever? Being part of the World Cup. I know it was in a bubble, a bit difficult, so you didn't get a lot of time to walk around or go shopping. But what are some of the things? Was the food nice? Did you take enough selfies with people? Did you see a lot of legends, and which ones in particular?
Yeah. The tournament was really good for us. Yeah, seeing some people on TV, and then the next day you're seated with him, having a chat, having coffee, having breakfast in the morning or coffee in the evening. It was really interesting. First we met Catley Ambrose. Yeah, I had to know about Catley Ambrose like 5 years back. Yeah, when coach was telling me about how he used to bowl, and then of course watching some cricket videos about him. Yeah, it was really nice meeting him. He's a huge guy. He's very tall. I could barely reach his stomach here. Yeah, it was really nice. And one lesson I think that we should know, we should take with us, we should take on. Yeah, the higher you go, the more humble you should be. Yeah, that's the common lesson I learned from those legends. We would approach those guys. Of course, you want to have a talk with him, say a word with him, and even also take a selfie with him. But those guys are very humble, because you're the one in need. You come when you're very humble. You're requesting for a pic. By the way, those guys used to respond to us, it was really shocking. Like, it was challenging, because at first you think this guy is going to push me away, he's going to say I don't have time, but those guys are really humble. Yeah, that's one lesson that we learned from them. Then another, we also met Samuel Badri, yeah, a World Cup winner with India. Yeah, when I got hit by the arm, he sent me a message on Twitter. Yeah, he asked me how is your arm, how are you doing? Yeah, then we also met the Mumbai Indians coach. I'm forgetting the name, but he's the Mahela. Yeah, Mahela. We met Mahela. Who else? Batsman from India. Yeah, they are really interesting people. And it was nice to talk to them. Yeah, we really got some good lessons from them. They shared to us their experience, and to we hope their experience is going to help us a lot in our game.
Okay. Now that you're back home, what is the plan for you guys? Were there people who got opportunities, maybe to inquiries to go and study and play? What is the plan for you as a player?
For me as a player, my plan was to come here and start off with the work immediately, regardless of getting getting a scholarship there, whether he got an opportunity there or not. But my plan was to come here and start working. And one of the things I told myself, I was going to start gym there and then, because we're exposed. Yeah, I'm not saying that we are weak, but we also have to pull up our strength a little bit, because most of the teams had huge guys, not huge in too old, but huge in strength. And when you have a chat with them, they tell you that gym is on program for their training. So personally, I was going to start gym. It's only that my hand is still sick right now. We just have to hold on. And then also the boys were focused. Yeah, we will chat, we will chat, talk about the games, how other players are, and you would hear some players saying that when I go home, if I've been working at 150%, I have to work at 300%. If I go home, I'm going to do this and this and this. Yeah, but also it was also good for us to have that experience. Like, yeah, Miyaji, Baguma, Pasco, all of us showed that we can really manage that stage, and Uganda is not far away from that stage.
True that. Okay, on a lighter note, you guys showed some style, especially the game we watched on TV. Watch a couple of games, but I think the most important one was the Indian game where you guys came out with shades. What you looked really very good as a team. Was that a plan to make sure that even if the cricket fails, we have to leave a mark that you guys should know that we are here?
But yeah, at first as I said, it's really an honor playing for Uganda. I don't know how much I can I can explain this. It's really an honor playing for this country. This country is really beautiful. Yeah, our colors, our national colors are really nice. Black, yellow, red. They are really nice colors. Having an attire with those colors, you'd look smart on any day. And then our jersey, we have a good piece. We have a nice design. Even the people there, we're appreciating it. We would be walking and someone is like, "Do you have an extra jersey? Could you please help? Could you please give me your cape?" Yeah, it's really nice. Our jersey would look good on any day of play. Yeah.
Did you collect any memoirs or mementos? Did you exchange chats with any players that you have come back and you keep this for yourself?
Yeah, we exchanged with Sri Lankan players. Yeah, we also exchanged caps. Yeah, Guyana Cricket Federation, I think, also gave us caps. Yeah, yeah, some guys came back with bats. Yeah, we had it. We exchanged.
Thank you very much, Isaac, for sharing your experience. We really appreciate it, and we hope that it remains with you forever, and it will be the start of very many things for you as a player, but also as someone who can pass on that same experience and knowledge with other upcoming players who also want to ever play for Uganda. And we hope that your arm gets very well very soon, and we will see you play